Air Force. Day by day, this weapon grows more enormous, more powerful. The sound of American wings moves across the world. Air Force strikes into captive cities of Europe. Air Force cracks open the enemy fortress. But day by day, as air power expands, the problems of repair and supply grow more immense. More bombs, more gas, more engines, more planes. Air Force must drive the enemy from his holes in the desert, must blast the enemy from icy mountains at the top of the world, must attack the enemy from the pole to the equator, must uproot him from his bases in the steaming jungles. Somewhere in the South Pacific, cut out of tropical forest, is a new airfield. This is home for a squadron of fighters. It's 100 miles from a railroad, 1,000 miles from a city, 10,000 miles from heavy industry. And yet, it's a fighter base, complete with planes and flyers, ground crews, and equipment. All of these need constant service and repair to keep them ready and fit for the strain of battle. A mountain of supplies must stand behind each fighter. Here in the jungle is a whole complex community of men and machines. And there are hundreds more like this. Combat fields where men return from daily missions against the enemy. Pilots and bombardiers and gunners come in to report the Zeros shot down, landing barges strafed, Jap convoy attacked and set afire. These fighters must work and live here at the edge of the flight strip, their tents built in the midst of trackless jungle, a long way from home. How is their camp maintained? Who brings supplies of food? How do they cure a toothache? Or how do they get a tube of shaving cream in the jungle? How do they get that letter from the girl in San Francisco? And who fills the needs of mind and spirit, needs that arise when battle is very close? The tower flashes a warning. This time it's enemy bombers, very high, approaching fast. The fighters go back to work. Their planes are ready, serviced, repaired, rearmed. How is this possible? How did this pilot get his Mae West mended? How did he get oil and fuel for his engine, belts of ammunition for his guns, clusters of incendiaries or loads of high explosives? What organization makes it possible to lift these planes into the sky, hurl them forward in time to strike back at the enemy? What organization of man and material, of muscle and brains and highly specialized skills? Here is the answer. Back here, across the jungle. Under the Air Service Command are a number of Air Service Centers. A single Air Service Center will supply and give heavy repair to a whole group of combat fields, as many as 6 or 8. The center is 4 hours behind the fields, connected by roads hacked from raw country. The center, which keeps a month's reserves, feeds supplies to the combat airfields. The center, in turn, is fed from great depots in the rear areas, connected to the center by rail, water, highway, or by air. These rear depots contain whole acres of supplies. They are the reassembly points, unloading day and night from railroad terminals or highway junctions. At these depots, the Liberty ships come in to be unloaded. Whole trailers and whole planes are sent on toward the Air Service Center. At first, the road is good. Then, as they come closer, the jungle grows thicker, more stubborn. But the supplies get through. Planes or parts of planes, a wing or an engine. To the Air Service Center go these new supplies, ready to move on to any one of half a dozen combat fields, ready for the B-17s and the A-20s and the P-38s, ready to be delivered to the enemy by Air Express. So the Service Center under the Air Service Command, with headquarters at Patterson Field, Ohio, many thousands of miles away, is fed by rear depots and feeds in turn the combat fields. It is the heart of supply and heavy repair for the Air Force.